Good morning, this is Steve Mazzone of Ocean State Running, and we are live here at the PCTA Fieldhouse for the Bayha, Dwyer, and Headley Division meets. We're going to have the Bayha Division starting off the meet, and shortly we will have the 3K, the 3,000 meter run. We have 9 runners scheduled to run in this race. Justin Dorsey of Pilgrim, Henry Denon of Cumberland, Finn Whedon of Charahoe, Colby James Elwell of Charahoe, Troy Sheldon of Coventry, Kyle Ackroyd of Charahoe, Nolan Rogalski of Cumberland, Jeremiah Rocha of Cumberland, and Ryan Andela of Tolman. So 9 runners scheduled in this heat. The 3K, the first event here in the Bayha Division Boys Meet.
Representative from each school, please check in at this time.
So there you have the long jump. So we do have cameras at multiple spots here in the PCTA. We have it in the hammer, the weight cage, the shot put, and multiple cameras here on the track. And both the weight and the shot will be different streams. We do have an article on the site, as well as the streams in the BayStateRunning.com YouTube page. I will. And shortly we'll be switching over to the start of the 3K. It looks like they're all getting ready. Our top seed, Justin Dorsey of Pilgrim, has a 9:15 seed time. Henry Denon, our 1,500 meter winner last week, he's the number 2 seed with a 9:16:37. So 9 runners in this race, 15 laps on this track. The 3,000 meter run, the opening event in the Bayha Division Boys Meet. And there we have the start of the 3K, and Track and field is underway here at the PCTA. Ocean State Running will be here all day providing this live stream. That's Henry Denon going right to work right from the beginning. Looked very strong last week running the 1500. And it looks like about 32 seconds after 200 meters. So Henry Denon and Finn Whedon of Charahoe right behind. Finn coming in with a seed time of 9:25.14. And his teammate Colby James Elwell right behind. And it looks like about 1:10. So 70 seconds after 400 meters. Henry Denon, Finn Whedon, and Colby James Elwell in those top three positions. And right there in fourth, Pilgrim's Justin Dorsey. So about 146, 147 after 600 meters. So Finn Whedon moving to the front by 800 meters, about 2:24 on the clock. So right now these guys are going at low 9-minute pace. So Finn Whedon and Henry Denon appearing to make some ground right here on the backstretch. Yeah, look for Henry to stick right with Finn. Last week, Henry running a PR of 4:13.67 to win the 1500. So about 3:40 after 1,200 meters. Our lead is Finn Whedon and Henry Denon. Finn ran 9:25.43 in the first week of competition for the 3K. That's been his only other time running the 3K this winter. And ran 4:24.59 for 1500 to finish third last week in the 1500. So it looks like 4:56 after a mile for Finn Whedon and Henry Denon. And now Henry moving to the front here on the back stretch. And just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube page, the Ocean State Running YouTube page. It does not cost anything. But what it does do is if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, we will be able to have our streams in the weight and the shot on our Ocean State Running Facebook page. Right now they're on our Bay State Running Facebook page. YouTube page, correction. So our Ocean State Running YouTube page, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers. I believe we're right around 700 right now. So Henry Denon around 6'11", 6'12" at 2,000 meters. And picking up some ground now, building on his lead on Finn Whedon. So Henry winning the 3K in week 1, 9:16.74. Seems to be running slightly faster than that today. And always looks relaxed. So as you can see right there in the bottom right-hand corner, we do have our camera on the long jump. So you can watch two events at once, the 3K and the long jump. We're always looking to improve on our live streams. Last week we added the results, and now we have the small screen here along with the main stream.
Drive those up. Drive those up.
But Henry Denon, big lead at the gun lap. Broke away about 2 laps ago from Finn Whedon of Jarahoe, and now looking very strong as he runs the final lap.
Relay teams can come back here for instructions. Relay teams, you can come back towards the table. We're going to go through instructions for all 6 teams.
Henry Denon, our winner in the 3K. 9:13.22 for Henry. Finn Whedon coming in second, 9:29.76. And there you have Justin Dorsey taking third, 9:35.58. So our top 3 finishers, Henry Denon, Finn Whedon, and Justin Dorsey. So we're wrapping up the 3,000 meter run, the opening event here at the Bayha Division Boys Meet. Shortly we'll have the 4x200 meter relay, and we have 2 heats there. And our camera's right there switching to the high jump. And as you can see in our bottom right hand corner, the results of the 3,000 meter run won by Henry Denon, 9:13.22. Henry and Finn Whedon battling it out for most of this race, and then Henry taking control with about 2.5 laps to go, and winning rather convincingly. So next on the track, we will have the 4x200 meter relay. Again, 2 heats. In our first heat, Narragansett, Shea, and Mount St. Charles, all with times in the 1:45 range. This is the first meet of 3 today. So the Bayha division, followed by the Dwyer division, and finishing up with the Headley division.
You can see what it looks like on the phone. How bad it looks on
It looks pretty good. Actually, it looks really good.
We can get rid of the event.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So the Dwyer division starting at 10:30, and then at 12:30 will be the Headley division. But right now, the Bayha division in the 4x200 meter relay coming up shortly. As you can see, they're right on the track now.
And then this one's like, it's not so I don't know.
Alright, we don't have the wet lane here, do they? Do you think we keep it like that?
And the start of our 4x200 meter relay, Narragansett, Shea, and Mount St. Charles. So Mount St. Charles taking the lead here. Looked like about 25 seconds for that first leg, unofficially.
Might be a second.
So Mount St. Charles still in the lead. Little problems with the handoff for Narragansett there. So 1 lap remaining. It is all one Mount St. Charles. Shea has scratched from this event, but Mount St. Charles looking very strong. Narragansett losing some ground with some difficulty on the handoff at the beginning. So Mount St. Charles winning this race. 144.34. Narragansett 146.49. Next on the track, we will have the second of just 2 heats of the 4x200. Cumberland, Portsmouth, Coventry, and Tollgate scheduled to race in this heat. Coventry holding the top seed time, 140.30.
No long jumping.
So if you haven't seen it on our website yet, DJ Principe running for the first time since March of last year, or February of last year, running 23:57 at the FSU Winter Classic. So 23:57 for 8 kilometers. He's been injured a few times and seems to be back. He's looking forward to his senior year, but still 1 more year of eligibility at Stanford University. So that's Coventry and Tollgate up front. So Coventry and Tollgate battling it out up front. Portsmouth and Cumberland in 3rd and 4th. So with 1 leg remaining, we have a very tight race between Tollgate and Coventry. This race could come down to the final few meters. Coventry holding on strong, coming down the last straightaway and winning this race. $139.42, 139.95 for Tollgate, and Portsmouth 143.31. And 144.48 for Cumberland, but Coventry winning this race in a very exciting 4x200 relay. And in some other news, tomorrow afternoon, Moses Brown sophomore Sophia Goryaran is running an American Track League meet. She's running against pros in an 800-meter field where she's going to be shooting for the Olympic trials standard for 800 meters. That standard is 202.5. Sophia has done 202.90. She did that last year. And remember, she's only a sophomore, a 15-year-old sophomore, but she seems ready to do that tomorrow, especially after this past weekend where she ran 127.0 to win the 757 showdown in Virginia. That was a national sophomore record. So 127.0 for 600 meters. But she's going to be going for that 202.5 standard at the American Track League meet, which is in Arkansas and is also going to be televised live on ESPN. Again, only a sophomore, only 15 years old. So next on our track is the first heat of the 1500. Wheaton Harvey of Cumberland, George Fogarty of Narragansett, Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim, Wake Zanny of Portsmouth, Miller Marcel of Chariho, Maxwell Ewick of Cumberland, Tanner McHugh of Portsmouth, Mason Bard of Mount St. Charles, Ryan Chavette of Mount St. Charles, and Joe Murphy of Portsmouth. Wheaton Harvey having the top seeded time, 452.72, 7.5 laps on the oval here. And that is Wheaton out there in front. Looks like Fogarty, George Fogarty in second, about 35 seconds after 200 meters. So Harvey's teammate, Henry Denon, winning the 3K. And Wheaton Harvey in our first heat of the 1500. Teammate of Henry taking the lead in this race. Harvey has pulled away, has increased his lead on this lap. Approaching our 600 meter mark, about 149. Fogarty right there in second, about 156. So another great feature here on our live stream with the results and timing clock right there in the bottom right hand corner. Harvey continuing to go to work here in the opening heat of the 1500. He has about a 35-meter lead.
Check in, hurdles, and dash. Check in, hurdles, and dash.
Approaching 1,000 meters and about 3:08.
Just a reminder to athletes that are on the competition level, the only athletes that should be on the competition level on the floor are those athletes who are waiting for the long jump, high jump, or participating in a track event, or those athletes at the shot for the weight. If you are not one of those athletes, you need to go upstairs.
So Harvey at 1,200, about 350. So right around 4:45 pace for 1,500 meters.
Yeah, I think so. Can you read on your phone, probably?
So Harvey is going to win the opening heat here. He's led from the start. So Wheaton Harvey, 450.77 for the victory here in heat number 1. Five minutes, 0.45 for George Fogarty and Thomas Flanders, 5:01.97. Those are our top three, and as you can see, the results just keep piling in right there in the right-hand corner.
Is that the last round? Total long jump.
So coming up shortly, we'll have heat number 2
Just get as many as I can.
of the 1,500. Adam Melnick of Narragansett, Riley Mazalak of Coventry, Shane Johnson of Cumberland, Joe Hook of Portsmouth, John Walker of Cumberland, Andrew St. Laurent of Tollgate, Justin Dorsey of Pilgrim, Joel DeCruz of Shea, and Aiden Speiler of Pilgrim. So Melnick owning our top seed here, 420.20. About 6 seconds or more than 6 seconds faster than our number 2 seed. So look for Melnick to take control here in the race. And there we have the long jump. Practicing, doing their run-throughs right now. And if you look in the far right side of your screen, there is the 1,500, the seated section of the 1,500. 9 competitors scheduled for that race, with Adam Melnick of Narragansett, our top seed. And we are off. And I believe that is John Walker of Cumberland taking the lead here. And it looks like about 70 seconds, about 69, 70 seconds for John Walker of Cumberland. And that looks like Riley Mazurek taking over the front running duties as we approach 600 meters. About 1:45 on the clock. So Marzalek and Melnick in those 1-2 positions. And Joe Hook of Portsmouth right there, and right behind him, Shane Johnson of Cumberland. Hook from Portsmouth. And Tollgate's Andrew St. Laurent in 5th place. So about 2:23 after 800 meters for Marzalek, with Melnick right there in 2nd place. Moving into 3rd, Shane Johnson of Cumberland. And Joe Hook of Portsmouth in 4th. Melnick coming in with a 4:20.20 seed time. Marzalek a 4:26.83 seed time. About 3:37 after 1,200 meters. Marzalek and Melnick. Correction, Marzalek and John Walker. And that's John Walker taking control here on the backstretch. So Walker winning this race, 4:27.71. Marzalek 4:30.53. 4:32.03 for Andrew St. Laurent.
Itemstand, langzaamstand.
So next on the track, we will have the 55 meter hurdles. We just have one heat there. Andrew Clarkin of Coventry, Logan Carson of Coventry, Ben Charboy of Coventry, and Joseph Pinkowitz of Tollgate. So the Naughty Oakers having 3 of the 4 competitors in the only heat of the 55 meter hurdles. Last week, Logan Carson winning this race, 8.93.
Check in 600. Check in 600.
So Chowboy, the state record holder in the pole vault, doing that at the RTCA Invite in August. 15.7 and a quarter. That was the championship style meet that the RITCA put on. A very successful meet and a very successful outing for Ben in the pole vault, 15.7 and a quarter. So now he's here in the 55-meter hurdles, jumping over a different barrier, this time a hurdle. And it does look like Andrew Clarkin of Coventry is scratched from this heat. Actually, Ben Chowboy. So right there we have Andrew Clarkin with number 3 on his shorts, Logan Carson and Joseph Pankowitz of Tollgate. Carson, our winner last week. And our winner this week, Ben Carson of Coventry. 8.91. Pankowitz in second, 9.43. And Clarkin, 9.68 for third. So once the hurdles are cleared, we will have the 55-meter dash. 4 heats of the dash. Scheduled for the first heat, Justin DaCosta of Tolman, Aiden Carlson of Coventry, Fred Dankwa of Tolman, Kyle Chervette of Mount St. Charles, Evan Stratus of Shea, and Alex Fayford of Mount St. Charles. Dankwa of Tolman owning the top seed in this race, 8.00. He'll be in lane number 4. So it does look like we have some scratches in this event, in this heat. According to our seed sheets, it looks like Aiden Carlson of Coventry and Fred Dankwa. And a few more. So now we have heat number 2 on the track. Raphael Yukub of Mount St. Charles, Samuel Almeida of Cumberland, Isaiah Smith of Mount St. Charles, Jake Thurman of Cumberland, Jahan Santos of Shea, Zach Kanzet of Coventry, Colin Morgan of Narragansett, and Declan Fogarty of Narragansett. Thurman holding the top seed time in this heat, 7.45. He is in lane number 4. And it does look like Santos of Shea has been scratched from this race. And Shumar Woods of Shea winning heat number 1, 7.60. So heat number 2. A very close race. .48 for Isaiah Smith of Mount St. Charles. Smith winning this heat. .70 for Samuel Almeida and Jake Thurman, also running 7.50. So like I said, a very close race. Just .02 separating the top 3. And next on the track is 3 of 4 heats. Alexander Alvirus of Shea, Thomas McGraw of Portsmouth, Dryden Eliason of Portsmouth, Sean Potter of Narragansett, Dominic Carlisle of Tollgate, Henrique Duar of Shea, Mason Tanner of Tollgate, and Austin Major of Coventry. Potter holding the top seed in this heat, 7.27. Could have another close race. And yes, we did have another close race. .29 for Dominic Carlisle of Tollgate. Mason Tanner, 7.31. Henrique Duart, 7.37, our top three finishers. And right there, waiting for instructions, is Varnum Elliott, our starter. And on the track now, Tyler Resner of Narragansett, Nate Kelling of Coventry, Garrett Laverty of Cumberland, Colby Farney of Portsmouth, Mikhail LaCroix of Cumberland, Josh Paiva of Tollgate, Jack Cianciola of Portsmouth, and Jamie Luna of Tollgate. And our top seed in lane number 4, Colby Farney of Portsmouth, 6.83. Also under 7 seconds, Mikhail LaCroix. He's in lane 5. And it does look like Farney winning this race. 6.83 for Farney. Josh Piver of Tollgate, 7.11. And LaCroix, 7.18. Mikhail LaCroix of Cumberland. And again, we ask that you please subscribe to our Ocean State Running YouTube page. It costs nothing. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will be able to have our live feeds in the weight events also on our YouTube page. Right now, they're on the Bay State Running YouTube page, so we have to reach 1,000 subscribers to get that feature. And I believe we're just over 700. So the Bayha Division boys meet on the track right now. Coming up, we'll have the Dwyer Division followed by the Headley Division. Tomorrow, the girls take the track with the Bayha, Dwyer, and Headley Division. And next week, believe it or not, the Class Championships. Class B and C on Saturday. On Sunday, Class A. And just an important note about tomorrow, there will just be 2 meets. So they will be combining the 3 meets into 2 because of the snowstorm that's predicted. The coaches have been contacted. I'm not quite sure how they're splitting that up, but we will only have 2 races at 12 and 2 o'clock. And right now what you see on the track is the first heat of the 600. Scheduled in this race, Colin Morgan of Narragansett, Noah Danucci of Charahoe, Grayson Pasquina of Tollgate, Jeremy Luna of Tollgate, Hayden Caruso of Tollgate, Trevor DePani of Tollgate, Lee Lamson of Narragansett, Farine Caroli of Portsmouth, Chris Patrick of Narragansett, and Kyle Manguel of Tolman. So the 600 meters, the first heat is on the track. That's 3 laps around this track. And about 30 seconds on the clock. Believe that's Hayden Caruso out there in the lead. So Hayden Caruso of Tollgate taking the lead here, followed by his teammate Grayson Pasquina. In about 66 seconds on the clock after 400 meters. Caruso followed by Pasquina. And right there in third, Colin Morgan. And Pasquina taking over the lead. Grayson Pasquina, a senior for Tollgate. And Morgan moving into second. But it is Pasquina taking this heat. 142.91. Morgan 144.87. And Lee Lamson of Narragansett 146.44 for our top 3 positions. And as you can see, the results as they come in right there on the bottom right corner of your screen. And next on the track will be the second of just 2 heats in the 600. Our top seed, Owen Mullis of Cumberland, George Rocha of Cumberland, Caden Cluth of Portsmouth, Adam Melnick of Narragansett, Jeb Gilson of Cumberland, Peter Brothers of Coventry, Greg Fontaine of Pilgrim, Jay DeFalio of Portsmouth, Jonah Clark of Portsmouth, and Steven Zarchino of Cumberland. Owen Mollis, again, our top seed. But keep an eye on Caden Cluth of Portsmouth, who has ranged from the 600 all the way to the 2 mile, but has blazing speed. So expect him to be in this race too. Mollis, our winner last week, with Rocha coming in second. And Caden Cluth, our number 3 seed, all with times of 128 or faster. Mollis running 126.24 last week. Rocha doing 127.35 in Cluth, a 128 seed time. And the start of a seeded heat of the 600.
You need to come down. We're missing about 8 people. 300 meters, you need to check in. Once you checked in, guys, go up to the starting line. That's the next event on the track.
That's George Rocha right there in the lead. Caden Cluth right there in second place.
On that 300 meters, we need about 6 or 8 people to check in right now.
And I believe Owen Mollis in third. About 29 seconds after 200 meters. And Cluth is now our leader. Cluth, Rocha, Cluth, Mollis, Rocha. In Narragansett's Adam Melnick right there in fourth. But Cluth taking over the lead. And looking very strong, but right there, Owen Mollis. in about 59 seconds after 400 meters.
Come on, Peter, start pushing it. Let's go, Peter. Extend this.
And Caden Cluth doing what he does best with a strong kick here on the last lap. This is not surprising. We see it often from this runner. So Caden Cluth winning this heat, or winning this race, 127.33, 129.36 for Mollis, and 129.72 for Rocha. Melnick also going under 130, 129.92, but Caden Cluth with another fast kick on that final lap, winning this race 127.33.
Coaches, you are reminded to instruct their athletes that on the competition level, they should not be setting up camp down here on the competition level. All track gear must be located upstairs. We are not setting up camp on the outside lanes. Please instruct your athletes to please.
So on the track now will be the 300. We have 6 heats of the 300. Luis Paiva of Tolman, Osmond Barry of Tolman, and Evan Stratus of Shea expected to be in heat number 1. So we're closing in on the final events of the Bayha division. Our opening meet here on Saturday, 1 of 3. Dwyer coming up next, followed by Headley. So after the 300, we will have 2 heats of the 1,000, followed by the 4x400, the meet ending 4x400. And then at 10:30, the Dwyer division takes the track. And we're at the midway point of this season, which we were happy to start 3 weeks ago because it didn't look like it was possible. But thanks to the Rhode Island Interscholastic League and all involved, we were able to start this season. And like I said earlier, the class championships next week. So the class championships, the class B and C boys and girls on Saturday, followed by the class A boys and girls on Sunday. On that Friday, there will be an RITCA JV meet.
Going right to heat 2.
Okay, it does look like Heat 1 has been scratched. So we're going right to Heat number 2. Scheduled in that heat, Kyle Chavette of Mount St. Charles, Delon Fogarty of Narragansett, Elijah Aguilar of Tollgate. Fogarty with the top seeded time, 45.13. Our top seed overall in this event, Ethan Alexander of Mount St. Charles, he'll be in that 6th and final heat. So heat number 2, which is actually our beginning heat in the 300. Narragansett's Delon Fogarty right there in the lead. So Decon Fogarty winning this heat. Elijah Aguilar in second. Kyle Chauvet and Osmond Barry of Tolman, who has moved up from that heat number 1 to this heat. And next on the track is heat number 3 of 6. Samuel Almeida of Cumberland, Jahan Santos of Shea, Mason Tanner of Tollgate, Sean Potter of Narragansett, and Tyler Resner of Narragansett. Potter owning our top seed, 42.11. But all our seed times very close. And that is Mason Tanner of Tollgate. Only a freshman. So Mason Tanner winning this heat. 41.64 for Mason. Tyler Resner, 43.03. Samuel Almeida, 43.19. And Potter, Sean Potter, 43.92. In heat number 4, Sean Cespiga of Coventry, Henrique Duart of Shea, Michael Kenny of Cumberland, Garrett Laverty of Cumberland, and Andrew Clarkin of Coventry. Laverty owning the fastest time here, 41.56. One and a half laps around this track. And that's Clarkin out there in front. Andrew Clarkin of Coventry. So Clarkin looking very strong and winning this heat. 41.14. Duart coming in second, 42.81. And Laverty, 43.37. As you can see, the results compiled right there on the bottom right-hand corner of our screen. And now on the track, Section 5, Owen Malone of Portsmouth, Jamie Luna of Tollgate, Dryden Eliason of Portsmouth, Charles Decay of Mount St. Charles, and Alexander Alvirus of Shea. Mount St. Charles, Charles Decay winning this heat comfortably. .54 winning time. And our last heat on the track, Michaela Croy of Coventry, Logan Carson of Coventry, Nate Kelling of Coventry, Ethan Alexander of Mount St. Charles, and Aiden Kelty of Narragansett. Again, Ethan Alexander, our number 1 seed from Mount St. Charles in lane number 5. And as you can see, Nate Kellen scratched from this event. And that is Alexander out there in front. With, I believe, Logan Carson of Coventry right there behind. So Alexander, our top seed, winning this race, 40.21. Carson second at 40.98. So soon on the track we will have the 1,000 2 heats, 5 laps. And following the 1,000 will be our meet ending 4x400 relay. And scheduled here in heat number 1, Wake Zanny of Portsmouth, Ryan Chauvet of Mount St. Charles, Mason Bard of Mount St. Charles, Aiden Speiler of Pilgrim, Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim, Kyle Jacor of Cumberland, and Ryan Andella of Tolman. Zanny holding our fastest time in this heat with a seed of 3:18.78. So as you can see, our competitors in heat number 1 now on the track. And it looks like we do have some scratches because we had 10 scheduled for this race. I see 7 on the line. So Zanny in lane number 1, holding our top seed in this race, 3:18.78. So a little bit of a delay here for heat number 1. Scheduled for heat number 2. It looks like we have Caden Kluth coming back after doing the 600. If he is doing that, it's getting a little extra rest right now. He's our number 1 seed in Ethan Carpenter of Cumberland, who ran 2:36.45 last year. He's our number 2 seed. For right now, we're waiting for the start of the first heat of the 1,000-meter run. It appears like it could be a problem with our computer system at the finish line. Okay, it looks like we have everything straight. And ready to go here in the first heat. The first of two in the 1,000. 5 laps around this track. Our top seed, Wake Zanny of Portsmouth, in lane number 1. And then is Kyle Jockler of Cumberland, a sophomore, taking the lead.
I'll do it a little slower, dude. I'll do it a little slower. Like, so I'm just gonna go more like that's up.
And right there taking over the lead is Thomas Flanders of Pilgrim. So Flanders, only a freshman, taking the lead here in heat 1 of the 600. And right around 68 seconds after 400 meters. So Flanders out there in front. Joliker of Cumberland, Kyle Joliker of Cumberland, right there in second place. Three laps into this race, 1:51 at the 600 mark for Flanders. So Flanders with about a 3-second lead over Kyle Joliker of Cumberland. And we are approaching 800 meters, one more lap to go, about 2:33 for Flanders. And he is picking up the pace and increasing his lead. But Joliker pumping hard and trying to catch Flanders. But Flanders holding on for the win here in heat number 1. So Thomas Flanders, 309.96. Kyle Joliker of Cumberland, 312.17. And Aiden Speiler of Pilgrim, 316.56. And as you can see, there's our results as they finish right there in the bottom right corner of your screen. So coming up, we'll have the last of 2 heats in the 1,000. Caden Cluth of Portsmouth, Ethan Carpenter of Cumberland, Will Henson of Cumberland, Adam Melnick of Narragansett, Joe Hook of Portsmouth, Brendan Johnson of Cumberland, Evan Blismer of Coventry, Joel DeCruz of Shea, George Fogarty of Narragansett, Sion Roberts of Tollgate, and Tanner McHugh of Portsmouth is scheduled to run this race. And we do have Caden Cluth coming back after winning the 600 and trying a very difficult double. He did get a little extra rest with problems at the beginning of this heat, but still a very difficult double to come back after doing the 600. And that's Ethan Carpenter right next to him, wearing number 2, and his teammate Will Henson. There are top 3 seeds. Kluth coming in with a 235.10 best, and Ethan Carpenter 236.45. Our only runners under 240 for seed times. So you got to expect that Carpenter will probably take the early lead in this race. Again, Kluth, our winner in the 600. And that's Will Henson of Cumberland right there in the lead. But a bunched up pack here after just 100 meters. Keep your eye there on number 1, Caden Kluth. So Cumberland teammates Will Henson and Ethan Carpenter. Carpenter taking over the lead after 300 meters. Henson right there in second, and Caden Kluth moving into third now. So about 67 seconds at the 400 meter mark. Ethan Carpenter increasing his lead. Right there in second, Adam Melnick of Narragansett. And Caden Kluth of Portsmouth in the third spot. So Ethan increasing his advantage. About 142 after 600 meters. Caden Kluth moving into second. Ethan looking very strong here on the backstretch. Caden Kluth about 30-40 meters behind. Might be too much for him to make up with his kick. So Ethan Carpenter leading this race. He took the lead early on, about just after 200 meters. That's Caden Kluth in second place. But Ethan Carpenter winning this race. And Caden Kluth, after winning the 600, getting second here in the 1K. So we will have results of that race shortly. It looks like 2:45:37 for Ethan Carpenter. 2:52 for Caden Kluth. 2:52.46, and Henson 2:55.69 for third, but Ethan Carpenter our winner. And last on the track, we will have our 4x400 relay, we have just one heat. Tollgate, Mount St. Charles, Coventry, Charahoe Regional, Cumberland, and Portsmouth. Our number 1 seed, Cumberland, with a time of 3:48.90. They're in lane number 5. And our final event of the Bayha Division meet, the 4x400 relay, is now underway. Tollgate, Mount St. Charles, Coventry, Charahoe, Cumberland, and Portsmouth. That's Coventry, or Portsmouth, and Tollgate out there in front. So Portsmouth and Tollgate, followed by Mount St. Charles, Cumberland, Coventry, and Charahoe. So after the first leg, Portsmouth in the lead. Tollgate followed by Mount St. Charles, Cumberland, Coventry moving into 4th. So approaching our midway point of this race, Portsmouth, Tollgate, Mount St. Charles holding the top 3 positions, but Portsmouth going to work here. And leading by about 30 meters. So Portsmouth still holding on to the lead. And that's Caden Kluth back on the track again, running the anchor leg. So a good workout for Caden. Will he have enough to hold off a fast-charging Tollgate? So with 1 lap to go, Tollgate has closed the gap. But right here on the backstretch, Caden Kluth picking up the pace. Again, he ran the 600 and just finished the 1,000 and still having enough to demonstrate his outstanding kick. So Caden Cluth finishing things off for Portsmouth, 351.84 winning time. Tollgate 358.95, 359.01 for Charahoe, our top three teams. So the 4x400 relay finishing off this Bayha division meet. Next up we will have the Dwyer division. That's scheduled for 10:30, so about a half hour from this meet. So we'll be back then, but right now we're going to take a break and be back shortly.